welcome to May's first edition of Transfermarkt TV International. We all in our Hamburg headquarters hope that you are healthy and well, and with maybe some football action arriving on the horizon of this month. We will try to support this good feeling by supplying you with the latest news and rumors in international football. As usual, we start with our rumor mill, beginning with a player that has quite an array of teams lined up with probably signing measures. Victor Osimhen has had a great season so far for French Ligue 1 side OSC Lille. His 17 goals in 35 competitive games haven't gone unnoticed, as French outlet Telefoot reports of an €85 million offer for the 21-year-old central striker by an unnamed Premier League team. The 8-time Nigeria international stands at a market value of €27 million, so this deal, especially in times of the coronavirus, could be one of the most stunning ones in the upcoming transfer period. But who could be willing to pay that much for the former Wolfsburg striker who joined the number 4 team in French top tier on a €12 million transfer fee from Belgian side Charleroi? British paper Sun consider Chelsea a strong possibility as a future destination. With Olivier Giroud aging and Michy Batshuayi still not performing at an expected level, young Victor Osimhen could be a perfect fit for Blues talent Tammy Abraham to solve goal-scoring problems for Frank Lampard's team up front. Other speculations on the Sun list are Liverpool and Tottenham. Liverpool seem to be a long shot with a highly praised trio of Mané, Firmino and Mo Salah already there, and German national team striker Timo Werner a strong favorite to be arriving at Anfield in summer. We'll have more about Werner later on, not forgetting Divock Origi as a solid backup. Tottenham could consider Osimhen if Three Lions captain Harry Kane was really leaving London this summer. A move of the 26-year-old goalscorer to an European competitor could generate enough spending money for the Spurs to bring in the Lille striker and place him next to world-class South Korean Heung-min Son. Inter Milan is another target in the press. They do have a strong attack with Romelu Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez and Lautaro Martinez being a stellar striker, and promising 17-year-old talent Sebastian Esposito as an interesting perspective player. But just like a departure from Kane at Tottenham, a probable possible move from Argentine international Lautaro Martinez to be interested Barcelona could trigger an Inter-interest in Osimhen. Manchester United, last Sun candidate, has a young, talented and promising unit in attack. Rashford, Martial, Greenwood and James are all less than 25 years old, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might be more interested in a classical box striker like Wolverhampton's Raúl Jiménez, other than Osimhen. Italian portal Calciomercato has a different rumor in this matter. Real Madrid. With Benzema getting older, there might be need for a new marksman. But is Osimhen really an answer, especially if this high price tag possibly prevents other costly top deals like Paul Pogba or Eduardo Camavinga? But maybe there's some budget left after Serbian striker Luka Jovic will have left the club in summer after breaching coronavirus regulations and having been far from impressive in his first season at Bernabeu so far. Los Blancos officials are willing to let go the 22-year-old talent, opening up room for Osimhen. But maybe it's not Real, but Barcelona. As we at Transfermarkt do remember that there were formerly some speculations about an Osimhen transfer to the Blaugrana. The Spanish champion are still in search for a replacement or at least backup for Uruguayan scorer Luis Suarez. Osimhen's style could fit well with Messi, and if the wished-for Lautaro Martinez transfer can't be realized, why not Victor Osimhen to Barcelona? We'll find out sooner or later. That's the good part about rumors. They either happen or they don't, but we had fun talking about it. What do you think? Post your comments. What could be the team that fits Victor Osimhen the best? We appreciate your input. There were, of course, other interesting rumors in the world and transfer speculations, like this one. Kevin De Bruyne, as he told Belgian newspaper, had laatste news, hasn't decided on his future with with Manchester City. The 28-year-old Belgian is contract-bound to Etihad Stadium until 2023, but waits for a final verdict in Man City's legal battle against UEFA's imposed ban from the next 2 seasons in European competitions due to allegedly serious breaches in financial fair play. The creative midfielder stated the following: 2 years would be long, but in the case of 1 year I might see. I'm just waiting. The club told us they're going to appeal and they're almost 100% sure they're right. That's why I'm waiting to see what will happen. It'll be rather Liverpool than Bayern Munich for German national team striker Timo Werner. As the 25-year-old centre-forward told German newspaper Bild, he has ruled out a move to German champions, even though new manager Hansi Flick of Bayern is said to be a strong proponent for a Werner signing. The RB Leipzig striker justified his decision as follows: Bayern are a great club, no doubt about it, but should I ever consider a transfer, then I would prefer a move abroad rather than a transfer to Bayern. This statement strongly suggests an upcoming move to a highly interested Liverpool. Werner has an impressive 21 goals in 25 Bundesliga games and his best season in Germany's top tier so far. Because of this fact, he hinted that he also might stay another season with RB Leipzig, where he's contract bound until 2023. A possible future teammate for Werner at Anfield Road still could be Napoli's Kalidou Koulibaly. After a desired €80 million transfer fee was deemed too high by Liverpool officials, the Red might have found a way to reduce that price tag significantly. As Italian newspaper Gazzetta dello Sport reports, centre-back Dejan Lovren could be included in a deal with Napoli for the 28-year-old Senegal international, who has 3 more years left in his contract in Sicily. Liverpool veteran Lovren could be very well serving as Koulibaly's replacement in the slower-paced Serie A and reduce the transfer fee for the Napoli top defender to around €50 million. Elsewhere in the Premier League, West Ham United are interested, according to newspaper The Independent, in signing 30-year-old Mexican Hector Herrera from Atletico Madrid for next season. The former FC Porto captain, at a market value of €16 million, only has a reserve player status under Diego Simeone, but with 2 more years left in his contract, will not be cheap. West Ham, after possibly signing another central midfielder, Czech Republican Tomáš Souček, might have to sell some players to being able to go for Herrera. As we heard earlier, Serbian striker Luka Jovic is allowed to leave Real Madrid in summer. British portal Sports Mole names Newcastle United and West Ham as 2 options, apart from already mentioned Tottenham and Arsenal. Allegedly, the 22-year-old Jovic was highly recommended to the Magpies by fellow Serbian national teammate Aleksandar Mitrovic, a former Newcastle player. A new Saudi Arabian investor could help the Magpies' pursuit for Jovic. West Ham United supposedly is considering Jovic because of his great understanding with Hammer striker Sebastian Haller, who together with Jovic played an outstanding 18-19 season at German side Eintracht Frankfurt. Leicester City's strong season, leading to 3rd place in the Premier League table at the moment, has aroused interest in their player personnel. ESPN's newest candidate is 23-year-old defensive midfielder Wilfried Ndidi, who supposedly is on Paris Saint-Germain's wish list. The Nigeria international has 4 more years left in his contract with the Foxes. Thus, a transfer fee for Ndidi is estimated between 45 and 50 million euros, as its market value stands at 36. Another PSG candidate for a summer signing could be Porto's left-back Alex Telles. The 27-year-old Brazilian has 1 more year left in his contract with the Liga NOS table leaders. If Porto were to generate a considerable transfer fee, they might have to sell for less than his market value of 32 million euros, even though his contract buyout clause says 40 million. PSG are in search for a successor for their leaving left-back Layvin Kurzawa. Telles, who is also linked to Chelsea, could even be an upgrade for sporting director Leonardo at a very moderate price, around 22 million euros. A Brazilian right-back might be the target for German side Bayer Leverkusen, as German magazine Kicker has it. 21-year-old Emerson plays for Betis Sevilla, where he's loaned to by Barcelona until summer 2021. Recent reports suggested that due to strong performances this season, Barcelona might want to take him back already for the upcoming campaign, thus losing part of the €6 million loan fee from Betis. But with money needed for other blockbuster moves like Neymar or Lautaro Martinez, the Blaugrana might grant Leverkusen's wish if they are willing to provide a transfer fee at 20 to 30 million euros. Arturo Vidal started his European career at Leverkusen and now could end it at age 32 with Barcelona by moving on to the United States. German Bild report that David Beckham's Major League Soccer club Inter Miami is interested in signing the 115-time Chilean international who has won 8 National League titles in a row in Italy, Germany and Spain. Miami's competitors for signing Vidal, whose contract with Barca runs out next year, are Newcastle United and Inter Milan. You have probably noticed so far we haven't involved any goalkeepers in our show today. That's why we decided to give them their own category as we move on to the stats of the day. And he, of course, is involved. FIFA's world best stopper Alisson of Liverpool, the 27-year-old, won the last Champions League with the Reds and has the best goals against average in Europe's top 5 leagues for goalkeepers with at least 20 matches played. But he's not our number one in this category, as we now count down the top 5 goalkeepers from Europe's elite leagues with the most clean sheets in all competitions they played in. David Soria is at number 5 from Getafe, 14 clean sheets in 30 games. Alisson now at number 4. He has 14 clean sheets in just 28 games played and he just conceded 16 goals. Our number 1 market value-wise, he's not. Manuel Neuer from Bayern Munich, 15 clean sheets, 37 games, but 38 goals conceded. That is 8 more than our number 2. Jan Oblak, the most valuable goalkeeper in the world from Atletico Madrid, 15 clean sheets. And here is our number 1. Keylor Navas, the 33-year-old from Costa Rica, plays for Paris Saint-Germain, 31 games, 17 clean sheets and just 24 goals against. For Keylor Navas, the hero of the World Cup 2014 for Costa Rica, he's our number 1 of today's stats of the day. Probably a little bit supported by Paris's controlled style of play that doesn't allow too many shots on goals. Anyway, congratulations, Keylor Navas. Our last category of the day, our news ticker, where we see 2 different ways of 2 elite leagues in Europe of either continuing or ending their respective seasons due to the coronavirus pandemic. First, the Premier League clubs agreed in principle following their meeting last Friday to finish the 2019-20 season. The team's shareholders plan to restart the league on June 8 with further details like a dedicated hygienic concept to be worked on. A dispute still remains the idea of playing the whole end of the season at neutral venues, which doesn't fit with many of the relegation troubled teams. The decision to resume the season and in what exact way is still subject to a final vote, which will be conducted on May 8th. Other than the Premier League and the German Bundesliga, who is also preparing to finish its season, it's rien ne va plus for the French Ligue 1. 2 days after French government banned sporting events until August, the French League Association LFP decided to end the season. The final standings are decided by the points per game ratio, as some teams had a different amount of games played than others. Paris Saint-Germain therefore is awarded with their 9th French Ligue 1 title, their 3rd in a row. Olympique Marseille and Stade Rennes, for the first time in their team's history, join PSG in the next Champions League campaign, or Europa League it is for OSC Lille, and most probably with the French Cup and League Cup not crowning a new champion for 5th and 6th place Stade Rennes and OGC Nice. Amiens and Toulouse are relegated and will be replaced by Lens and Ligue 2 champion Lorient. In one of the first reactions to the decision, relegated Amiens consider a legal action to stay in the league, as they wanted no teams relegated and a 22-team Ligue 1 season in 2020-2021. In Spain, the Copa del Rey finalists Athletic Bilbao and Real Sociedad San Sebastian have asked the Spanish Football Association for permission to only play their final in front of fans in attendance. With all parties on board, it is now a likely scenario. The Spanish Federation will have a general meeting on Friday and a decision is possible. The final of this year's Copa del Rey was supposed to take place on April 18th, but was suspended because of the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Following a controversial Facebook video with unusual insights into Hertha BSC's training procedure, striker Salomon Kalou was suspended immediately by the German capital Bundesliga club. The 34-year-old former Chelsea forward also filmed a corona test being taken by teammate Jordan Torunariga. Kalou repeatedly shook hands of Hertha employees and players and violated the corona distance rules of both the club and the German League Association DFL. He also filmed within the dressing room in which, among other things, teammate Vedat Ibisevic complains about a 15% salary cut, although only 11% were allegedly agreed with the club. And former Liverpool goalkeeper Loris Karius is not under contract with Besiktas anymore. German Bild reports that the 26-year-old Liverpool loanee reportedly made use of his one-sided right to terminate the contract immediately due to pending salary payments from the Super League club. Apparently, Karius hasn't been paid since January 2020, as he already issued a FIFA appeal against his loan club in April. Besiktas explained the matter by not wanting to pay a player for a month in which he didn't play, especially due to the coronavirus pandemic. A permanent return to Liverpool for Karius seems unlikely, though, since Alisson is Jurgen Klopp's undisputed number one. Thank you very much for joining us once again at Transfermarkt TV International. Until next week, please stay healthy and please keep up supporting all the recommendations of your local government to help doing our part in fighting the coronavirus pandemic. That's all for now. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.